So, that wraps up all the good OCs this week. Moving on to the bad OCs!
Whoa.
Yay!
And then it's me again. Oh god. That's a talk. So, I am mostly going to be talking about the first picture of this. I just sort of included the second one, just for reasons. But, so this is, Osiria? I guess?
Yeah.
Osiria!
I wanted to say Osiria. But it looks like Osiria.
Yeah.
By a random lullaby.
Who also did... Checkered flag.
You're a good OC last week.
Chinter's Will.
Come on, Commander.
Get your
I am
stuff
tired,
together.
dude.
He doesn't watch the show, it's fine.
But anyways, so Osiria, she is a blank flank, which is, I'm not sure because they just.
What a terrible thing! Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no! That's so horrible.
But she does have one physical flaw that I know of.
She only has one wing due to an accident that happened when she was a filly.
And there it is.
Yeah, which it doesn't seem to be explained as to exactly what the accident is, so not sure if it's like a super edgy accident or it's just something, but that is something that is a part of the OC. And then she also has
she was actually fighting off shitloads of moon bears while trying to save her mother from a super cancer that she had to defeat on Smars.
Smars. And one other thing is she has a breezy that follows her around named Chicago.
Okay.
Which
Chicago.
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 I don't know, but that's the name of the breezy.
And now I'm just imagining like a Chicago accent, speaking breezy, speaking whatever the fuck they're. Oh my god, my head hurts now.
Alright. Go on, Commander.
Okay, so one of the things about this character is that she also sort of feels that it might, like, she wonders if it would be impossible to get her cutie mark because of the fact that she can't fly since she is a Pegasus and they're born to fly. Sort of that self-doubt.
Now listen here. You can do whatever you want. You want to study magic, you study magic. Just because those unicorns can actually do it doesn't mean you can't study it. They're a bunch of jerks anyway.
Can't do anything with it, but you can study it.
Just get a prosthetic ring. It's all you need.
Joke's out of joke.
People can't actually do magic, but they can study it.
And they'll be wasting their lives if they did that in the real world.
Show talent. That's pretty much it. But also
just get a
nature
shitload
stuff.
of charisma.
Nature stuff and stuff. You can do whatever you want. You don't let that get you down. You can do what you want. This is a good OC in my book already.
I actually originally had this OC as my good OC, but there were just a few things that I was just sort of like, I guess I could include. I sort of pulled a smooth and put an actually pretty decent OC as that OC. Which I will admit I honestly enjoy this OC. I really like the aesthetics of this OC, even though I think is that a pure white? I can never tell. It looks really close to a pure white.
Yeah, it looks like pure white.
Either way, at least they have the artistic style to put the whole black around the eyes so you can actually see what's...
Yes, that is a very, very good idea. And thank you, Random Lullaby, for doing that. Because
we don't like having pure whites and stuff like that on OCs besides where they're actually supposed to be, but if you're gonna do it, at least help us out. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think that, like, I mean, it's a very simple color palette. It's pretty much that red and that white. And that's pretty much the entire...
very, very light pink in her eyes.
Yeah, very light to the point where I had to, like, move my head down, like, 3 feet to be able to see it at the angle of my monitor.
Oh my goodness.
It's very light. Not actually 3 feet, but...
That's a cute pink.
It's an exaggeration.
I like that pink a lot.
That is a nice pink.
I think she would do better if she was that pink.
Yeah, probably.
I think
but then I wouldn't look at the eyes and be like, oh, hey, that's a nice pink. Dang it. Why can things not be simple?
Because, I don't know. But I think that the color palette is very nice, which is weird because it's, it's sort of like with a Cobalt Tangle where it's like a great OC and it's pure white, which this goes to show that you can take something that is generally frowned upon, pure blacks, pure whites, stuff like that, and if you take the time to do it right, I would
like to see a good pure black OC.
I would like to see that too. Hey, that's a little bit harder to pull off, and props to anyone who can. I don't see it happening. White is a lot easier to work with a pony because you can actually make out details and other stuff like that. But it just goes to show that just because you do this thing that is sort of looked at as being frowned upon by at least people who like from an artistic sense, it can be done right. Which, ironic that we're talking about this with my bad OC, but whatever. I also really like the mane. Mane's cute and original. I really like original mane styles. Don't pony creator your mane. It's fine if you do, if you edit it. But I mean, it's fine anyways, but original mane styles, yes.
That tail is incredibly long.
It's really long, yeah. I feel like almost like you see the point where it starts to go down. I feel like it would almost work better if they just took off that part.
Nah,
but I'm not sure.
I
want to see some more pictures of this character.
It also creates depth in the image itself because you can obviously see she's on some kind of ledge. Even though there is absolutely no ledge there, she's obviously on some kind of ledge. It might be like a table or a chair or a couch or something, but it's a ledge of some kind because she's laying on something, but her leg is hanging off that also. Depth!
I can agree with you there. I would like to see more pictures of this OC because I only have these two, and one of them you only see half the pony. Which that gets me to the next thing I was going to bring up is the legs, all four of them, and the red. One of the things that it looks like at first I was sort of like, is that a sock? Is that part of the pony? Looking at the other picture and seeing the gradient in between the red and the white, it looks like it is part of the pony. Which I don't think it looks particularly bad, I think. I mean, it's one of those things that it doesn't look bad, but it definitely sets your OC apart from, like, a show character. Like, it's not, like, you wouldn't see a character that, even if it was done in, like, a show style, you wouldn't see a character with those things most likely in the show.
It really bugs me, but I like how it looks, but it really bugs me. I just make them socks. Because everyone loves socks for some reason.
Yeah, if you have a thing, like a pattern, design, or color you want to be on your pony's legs, just put them in socks all the time, because it's fucking cute as shit.
And people will be less mad because character design thing, conformity, smooth.
Yes. What are your guys' takes on the wing being just that red for the whole wing?
I like it.
I'm okay with it.
At least it isn't a gradient.
If
it was a gradient, it would have bothered me.
But,
if it was on the inside, it wouldn't bother me as much. But okay, whatever. She can have it because it seems to fit with her scheme.
Yes, I definitely agree.
On that note, I'm sure that's about time for us to move on to the next OC.
I'm good with that.
Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Too bad, because we're going to do it anyway. All right.
Oh, that sucks!
Next OC to the party was the one that I brought. And this one is by DCP Brony. Now, before I get into this, I wanted to explain the one rule we have for the OC submissions to our show is that it cannot be a raw pony creator OC. Now, the minute you adapt it or throw it into any other art program, then it's okay. And
even if it is literally it's the pony creator, but you did it like yourself, even.
As long as you actually drew.
Or somebody
yeah.
drew
I guess.
That's literally the only rule when it comes to not accepting an OC. Well,
Yes.
we probably wouldn't, like, accept an OC that was blatantly making fun of someone, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's more of a nebulous concept. This is, like, the one true hard fact of our
The overarching
of our
rule.
submissions. But that being said, we have this one by DCB Brony, and it's an interesting character just because it's like, all right,
Is he literally using an Apple computer?
he is using an Apple. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm mad at his choice of computing.
Yes. There's a
I
lot.
didn't think about that, and now I feel really stupid.
Yeah.
Now I feel just like really stupid.
Yeah.
How did I
There-
not see that? That's so obvious. How did I not see that?
I give him props for the. I give him props for the pun.
It's fucking great.
Good OC 2015.
Best OC forever.
So apparently
Okay.
DCB or DCP Brony is or this character is actually a part of apparently a like Fallout Equestria offshoot Stable 54, which I know Commander's read a lot, but I'm pretty
Yes.
sure I've never heard of this from the Stable 54, or I've actually never even read
is that
anything.
the name of the story?
What?
What's the name of the story?
From Stable
Is that it?
54, I think.
Ah.
I don't
Never
know.
heard of it.
Cause
There's a lot of Fallout Equestria fanfics if you didn't know.
Yeah, that's right up there with the Conversion Bureau and.
I'd say it's more than the Conversion Bureau.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, so obviously there's a actual story behind this character, but I can't find it in any of these pieces, and I wasn't linked to any other outside pieces where the
He
character
also
might.
seems to just be a pony sona for DCP Brony.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I'm like, okay, great. Now what?
So it's kind of a self-insert to the Fallout Equestria universe in a way.
Exactly that. It's one of those things that maybe this particular person is more talented in writing and whatnot. I haven't read the From Stable 54, so I can't base this on that. But there's an assumption that can be made that maybe they have they were talented in writing. But yeah, obviously in this case, they may not have the same tools and accessories that other artists may have, so they may be limited to making things in either paint or other basic art tools
Well,
out there.
painttool.net is free, isn't it, Smooth?
Paint.net is free, yes.
Exactly. So it's just one of these.
So, if you need a layering program that works the same as the program you're probably already using,
Go with that one.
Paint.net works really well. I like it.
Exactly. But other than the actual like execution of this character, I feel that it can be tweaked with just a couple of little things. Like the red, like we've shown in all the other reds in the rest of this episode, are good ones. They all had a desaturated, not too terribly bright color scheme, while in all the pieces that this particular one is in, they're all super saturated colors. Literally everything in every single one of these pieces is a super saturated, bright color that just...
I don't know. I really like that yellow.
Well,
the
yeah,
darker red and
the maroon and the yellow
red,
is okay.
obviously, yeah. But I really like the yellow.
but then there's like yellows and windows and the books on the bookshelves and all, like there's 4 pieces in total, and we're probably not going to show them all here, but it's just, I don't know, for the actual like body color, just bring it back a little bit. Just tone down the red, make it a little bit desaturated, and you probably be more set. And that can also help fit into the universe that you're creating as well.
Because no bright, happy colors in Fallout.
Not at all. If you even look at the game itself, it's like you won't find any like bright colors. Maybe in New Vegas in like a sign or something, but even then, it's like...
well, I mean, there is some bright colors, but it's all pre-war material that was bright and happy. Your
Exactly.
character is definitely living in the
Yeah,
post-war world.
Yeah.
There is still happy colors in Fallout. It's just your character probably won't be part of it unless your character is like, oh man, that'd be awesome. Like your character takes place before the war and they're a big impact on the. Ooh.
I don't know the backstory behind this character, so they're in a couple of the pictures where you're able to see like the robotic wing. It's rather jarring and weird.
I'm not sure. Like in the one, the bad ideas, bad thinking one, it doesn't even really look like it's connected to his body. I'm not sure.
It's an execution
Weird.
thing, yeah.
Maybe that's just an execution thing. But yeah, I feel like if you're gonna have something like a mechanical wing or something, you should definitely have explanation at least link to something about your pony, because it's something that people see it and they think edgy and other stuff like that. It's the first word that comes to mind. There's certain things that may appear that, and maybe it's not as edgy as people might think, but you need to have some way to explain it, usually.
Yeah.
If there's no clarification, then it's left up to the viewer, and the viewer can be as edgy as they want.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, what, like, there's gotta be something more to it.
Also, do we have any idea what his special talent is?
Being a Minecrafter with his diamond pickaxe.
I immediately Minecraft went to my head. So when you told me that this was like a Fallout Equestria pony, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Just tone down the saturation levels. Maybe at least have a picture on your DA that just has a really quick summary of maybe the backstory of the character.
Or a journal post.
Or a journal post. Anything. Just something somewhere.
Yeah.
And maybe if you're doing that, also have a TLDR version.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really hate to say it, but we're incredibly lazy people sometimes. As
Yeah.
But this also kind of
as
plays
in all of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've explained it before with the rules of comics when it comes to stuff.
What's that rule again there, Mehdi?
That you should hook an audience with a specific view and then give them something quick and nice so they get hooked onto your specific thing you're trying to sell them on, so they keep coming back for more. If you're boring up front and then or if you're fancy up front and then boring below, or if you're boring up front and fancy below, it doesn't matter. You're breaking this little bind you're trying to connect with the person. If the person really enjoys your product, they'll look for more of the product.
Yeah. So,
But you gotta hook that person at first.
I think that's the perfect example of what to do with your OCs. I mean, like Mehdi said, it's...
Yeah.
Moving on to Smooth's OC for this week.
Okay.
Good. Yeah.
This is Flamia Rave. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a lot of backstory. I will read the entire thing for you.
Oh, good.
What we were sent, at least. Flamia Rave. It even has pronunciation on the Flamia.
Flame.
Flame.
E-A. Huh.
Flamia.
Flamia
Is
Wolf.
modest, cheerful, kind, and loves flying and music. She full sits to earn bits.
Cool. Right on.
And that is her. That is the entire characterization we got for her.
It sounds like something you would put on a poster. She full sits to earn bits.
Yeah.
Like a promotional poster or something like that.
Vote Flamia Rave today.
So...
Class President 2014.
That color
Bear.
scheme...
Yeah, you see, she's not incredibly red. Like, in fact, almost not red at all. However, when you think of flame, what color do you think of besides orange?
Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue.
Green.
Okay.
White.
If you okay, fine, whatever. No, I'm done.
teal.
I'm out. I'm leaving.
If you're talking about like 90s,
But like
Halloween
classically
movies,
for flames,
black.
yes, we think red.
Thank you. She herself isn't very red, but she kind of has more of a concept of red behind her.
Yes. I can
Yeah.
agree with that.
I mean, her
Flame.
name is Flamia.
Other than like the actual color, I think like the overall design of the character, I may be talking out of my ass right here, but it almost feels like a scene kind of feel with maybe a coontail design.
Oh yeah, God, that
Like
really...
not to say that the hairstyle's bad or weird, but it's just the vibe that I'm getting out of it.
It's not
Yes.
a face, mums. It's who I am. Deal with it.
But I don't know. I think the fact that the lightning bolt flame cutie mark kind of fits with the hair, just because it does have that transition from red to yellow, and cutie mark it's red, yellow, and orange.
It
I
also
like her
seems
eyes.
to. It also seems to crap. The lightning bolt cutie mark also seems to sort of fit with her personality, but it just seems a bit weird to add a lot of those things because her design herself doesn't seem to completely fit with her personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing that I sort of want to know, because pony hair doesn't change color while it grows, so when people do like
That's what
their
you
colors,
think.
yeah, that's what I think. But when you do it so that like it goes and has the like Malphite said, the sort of like coon tail kind of thing. It's all like I wonder if this was the pony's hair or mane and tail were dyed that way, or if it's natural. If it's natural, it doesn't look like. Honestly, it doesn't look horrible. There are things about this OC that I enjoy.
It'd just be interesting if she got a haircut, because then her hair would grow in weirdly.
But yeah, it just that's one thing that's always sort of just bugged me in general when seeing OCs and other stuff like that is not an. I mean, if it's dyed, then that works perfectly, and you don't have to worry about that at all. But just understanding that it's sort of like our hair. If you saw somebody who just like, I mean, if we had humans who had hair that was different colors in different places, obviously, because hypothetical situation. If you saw somebody who had it layered like that as opposed to like the straight lines down, it would be weird. So I feel that like, I get the same kind of vibe from that with the pony when like a pony has a mane style like this.
Yeah, and I think we touched on that in a couple of episodes before as well, but I don't know, and that's a good point. The other thing that I've noticed on this one is the purple in the eye that doesn't match anything else in the rest of the piece. I don't know, it's just one of those things that it's also an interesting choice of a background as well. I'm seeing just all black, and it's like, okay, your character kind of disappears into the black. If you made it like a nice lighter gray, like the body is actually like a medium gray. If you made it like a nice like stone, like a light, super light gray, like think of Derpy's coat color. If you made the background the Derpy color or Derpy's coat color, I think it would stand out better from the background.
I agree.
You know. I heard Smooth being like, and I'm like, oh god, save it! This is my point. Here, words.
I like her grays, both
I
of
do.
them.
I like them.
Yeah,
Her
Sometimes-
coat is like the middle grayish kind of,
Yes, definitely.
like
And
100.
and then her mane is a decisive amount way darker.
It's like a nice charcoal.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah.
Also, I'm trying to determine what kind of facial expression she is making. She
Kind of looks like she's smiling.
Yeah, it looks like she
but
sort of
off
has
to the
just
side,
like a
so
little
it's
off
under.
to the side smile.
Put that like slight off center smile to the other off side, and I think everything would be better.
Real quick, I'm gonna talk about the purple and the orange, because she has purple in her eyes and orange in her cutie mark. The orange is not in her mane or tail at all, and I feel like almost there's a possibility to maybe have used those instead of having those two different colors, maybe have them be the same color. I'm not saying put the purple in the cutie mark, I'm saying probably put the orange in the eyes instead of purple. Or maybe, if you're going to do this, instead of having purple eyes, maybe have blue eyes, because then it would actually complement the orange, because yellow and red together make orange midground, so the purple isn't complementing the yellow, it's complementing the concept.
Very well done. I like that. At first, I was like, blue? Really? I think because purple. And then you're like, no, the midground. I'm like, oh. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah!
Things
I like
and stuff and ideas.
I never thought I'd agree with someone not picking purple for something. Huh.
I never thought Smooth would be advocating anything besides purple.
I know, right? This is like new territory for all of us. On that bit of a bombshell, let's move on to Medi.
I like this OC.
Of course you do.
Alright, moving on to my bad OC. This is Sketchshock. He likes to draw. He lives kind of outside of Ponyville. Moving on. He's about 4 years of age, which
Pony
he refers
age.
to as like 16 human age. His special talent is shock art, which I'm not exactly sure what shock art is exactly.
Isn't that like
Chakra?
an actual thing, almost?
Shock
maybe?
art.
Oh, shock
art.
art.
I'm pretty sure that might be like an actual thing, like painting with
Like-
lightning or something like that. Or like with
Or-
electricity,
think-
not lightning itself, I guess. Because technicalities.
He has a couple strengths, which is one of these strengths kind of but conflicts with each other. He's really good at scaring ponies, but on the other side, he's also really good at cheering up ponies.
You can be a split person, fast,
I
talented.
guess, but it's just,
Yeah.
That was totally
you-
words. Oh.
Yeah, you can be split person if I
he's also really good at levitation magic, and he also is good at dream magic. His weaknesses are talking, asking for help. His right leg is weaker than his other legs.
Which right leg?
I don't know.
Is it your right or my right?
It doesn't specify on the right leg. He fears ghouls, public speaking, and showing weakness. His goals are to shock and awe ponies and sell his art.
Okay.
He also has glasses.
Yeah, glasses.
And I also like how, kind of like an OC earlier in this episode, he has relatively the same color scheme. He has a dark purple with a red coat.
Funny enough, I had actually originally picked this OC, but then switched it, and then I got the other OC that is red and dark purple.
Huh.
Coincidences.
Huh.
Coincidental. I personally brought him in because sorry.
Bathisa?
I'm not a fan of his cutie mark.
Okay.
I don't like not the excruciating detail, but it's more detailed than it probably should be, and it also it looks like it's a pure black in there. Maybe make it, because I noticed that his magic is green, make it some sort of, add a little bit of green there, maybe change the color of the heart to green.
Or maybe the book. Yeah, probably the heart. Never mind, the heart.
Book?
Probably change the rims to a different color. I don't know what.
Rims.
Or maybe just don't have
Yeah.
rims on.
Oh yeah, or just don't have rims. Possibly, I don't know.
Because cutie marks don't. I'm pretty sure
Simplistic.
most cutie marks don't actually have outlines. I'm not 100% sure on that, but
I think
as
that's-
far as my mind remembers.
aside from like ones like I think Rarity.
And Rainbow Dash.
Yeah. There are
Okay.
exceptions to the rule, but yes.
And
I'd suggest.
main characters can be exceptions to the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd suggest
Also,
like
getting
Rainbow
rid
Dash?
of all of those rings in the cutie
While-
mark. That
While we're on the topic of the cutie mark, I would like to bring up that I don't particularly like his cutie mark, not because of the aesthetics, but because it doesn't feel like it fits in with the concept of his special talent, which is shock art. And you see this booklet with a heart on it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a little bit confusing on my part as
That-
well.
Didn't
I
even
feel-
think about that.
Yes, which is why I wanted to bring it up. Because what the cutie mark is not necessarily an actual representation of what you're necessarily good at, but usually at the very least a symbolic representation. Like, I think the most symbolic you can get is like Cheerily, how she's got happy flowers, and that means she's a teacher. That's like
All those happy students.
because she's helping them grow like a flower and stuff like that. I think that's like the
happy, healthy taxpayers.
much more symbolic end. But and then there's some that are more literal, like how Applejack is good with apples and her cutie mark is 3 apples. But the thing that you have to do is you have to make sure that their special talent and the cutie mark have some form of symbolic connection or some form of connection, and I feel that there isn't particularly.
I do like his mane, though. It seems like it. On the positive aspects, I really do like his mane. It's very kind of like, it seems like someone who would draw Shocker would have a mane kind of like this.
Kind of messy and
I can see it.
yeah,
kind of like.
See, no, that is adding concept to your character. I think that the concept behind this pony is actually pretty good. I really like it, and I'm trying to think of any other things. Having talking be a weakness makes me wonder if he just has trouble talking with other ponies, or if he just has like something like a speech impediment or some actual thing where he has legitimate difficulty talking.
I don't know.
Because just saying talking leaves it a little bit open. I think elaborating on that would be nice. Also, fears showing weakness.
Don't we all?
I was gonna say, doesn't everyone kind of?
But wouldn't
fear
wearing
showing weakness?
glasses kind of do that?
Sort of.
What?
Glasses are kind of a sign of weakness. You have insufficient eyes.
Oh, so it'd be better to just walk around with incredibly blurry sight? I can't
And just
see
walk
anything.
into things.
Oh my god, yeah.
I feel like my dad when he was younger. He just walked.
But
into
yeah, but
walls.
seriously, like, I think that would kind of play into a character who fears showing weakness. Wearing glasses is kind of showing weakness. It's not like a horribly mock showing of weakness, but it's still showing that you need something to support your vision.
But it might be to the point where what if his sight is bad enough to where he has to realize that he knows he's showing weakness that way, but he has to get over that. At least in this one instance.
That'd be a cool fanfic idea.
Yeah,
then.
I was gonna say that would actually be a really cool story about him having to overcome that.
Fan fictions.
That'd be cool.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's enough for that OC this week there, guys. Let's go back and let me open up all these different
So when do we
ones.
get a Canadian host?
I'm just in here for the next couple of minutes there. Anyway, so the good OCs that have been brought to the party this week. I brought in Mezzo Forte, Commander Sparkle brought in Light Set, Medi brought in Velvet Thorn, and Smooth brought in Cosmic Ray. So, back in the same order we went today.
Cosmic Ray, no contest. If that wasn't apparent to you for somebody like me, then you don't know me.
Yes.
Okay. I think I'd have to pick Cosmic Ray as well, just because I like how all the colors except for the red fit back into the cutie mark. I think it worked out very well.
And you see, this is where everyone's all like, "Oh man, such easy choices," and I'm like, "Dang it, Velvet Thorn and Mezzo Forte were freaking amazing." I really liked Light Set. I don't know, didn't feel it, I suppose. Crap. Dang it, both their color palettes are good. Velvet Thorn. I just kind of felt it more, I guess. Feelings.
Okay.
I also really liked Cosmic Ray the best as well.
Nice.
All out.
Way to go, Smooth. You won Best OC for the week.
You destroyed Best OC
Is
for the week.
that the first time you've won good OC?
No, but this is the first time I've destroyed.
Yes. Feel good about your accomplishment. That was quite good. Sorry, Mezzo Forte. I wish I could have done you better, but I'm sorry. So that's all the good OCs this week. Next, we move on to the bad OCs. So I brought in DCP Brony. Commander brought in that's not her name. What's her name again? Osiris. Right? Osiria. That's it. Commander Medi brought in Sketchbook. Sketch Shock. Wow, I'm terrible today. And
you've been really bad all day with the names.
I'm terrible with names all the time. And then Smooth brought in Flamia Rave. Commander?
Okay, 1 second. I need to just quickly look through all these. I honestly really enjoyed. I can't remember his name. Goddamn, Sketch Shock. But I almost want to pick him just because I feel like there's a lot of potential, but I still think that if I'm gonna pick a bad OC, I think my least favorite, I guess, would be what was yours called?
Mine was the DCP Brony character.
Is there no name?
There's no name that I know of.
Okay, well, that one, because I feel that there's a lot of things that could use improvement, and if it was improved, I think it would be a lot cooler, and yes.
For me, I think Osiria was like the strongest one of the bad OCs. I really liked her character.
Oh, yeah.
And everything. But the one that I had like the most problems with would probably have to be Flamia Rave, just because her color palette is just a little wonky. I want to say there's a couple of things that could be touched up with it or made better, but overall, I think it just feels the most lacking. You know, I don't know.
Feeling.
The feels, guys. The feeling.
I think I'm actually gonna go with Sketch Shock because I don't know it.
It's the fingernails.
I don't know. It just something. It feels. I guess. Once again, it just something about it just feels weird. I don't know. I guess it might be like the incredibly dark purple and a few other different things, but I don't know, it just feels weird to me.
And Medi?
Flamia Rave. I personally just didn't like her all that much.
Did you not
Nice.
feel her?
Nah, I didn't feel her.
Oh, yeah, one
This
good
episode-
and bad OC.
This episode has been brought to you by Glasses and Feels.
Glasses full of feels.
We are but glasses full of feels.
You just gotta roll with it. Just like how Medi's about to roll through those plugs. Oh, there's a transition.
EuroCsucks.deviantart.com, at EuroCsucks at Twitter.com, EuroCsucksPodcast at gmail.com, EuroCsucksPodcast.tumblr.com.
Anyway, so yeah, that wrapped up Red. What color do we have next week, guys?
It's orange.
Blorange. All right. So if you have a Blorange, if you have an, if you guys have
twice in a row.
So we're apparently
Exactly.
doing blue and orange together in one episode.
because fuck both those colors, right?
How dare you say that about blue and
those colors
orange?
look really well together.
Yeah, Hollywood knows it so well.
I hate blue and I love orange.
So anyway, like we said, orange is next week's theme. If you have an orange OC, throw it out because you have just like last week. You have 2 days to get it into us, so that if you want your OC on the show for orange, throw it at us and we'll try to make a spot for it. Join us for next week's blue. I'm sorry, orange. And, sorry.
God,
God,
damn it.
I'm so terrible. I've been your host, Mummified Thunderbirds. I've been joined by
Commander Sparkle.
Medi Bobo.
And smooth sailing.
and your OC sucks.